We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Can you believe it has already been 50 days since Trump has been in office? Well, at the time of this video, 52 days. A little bit off, but it's going by pretty quick. And the point of this video is I want to list all of his accomplishments so far, why we're still on the right track. And at the very end of the video, I'll mention a few things that are, you could argue, negative or scary, you know, what's going to happen. But overall, there's been a lot of positivity, a lot of good talk, a lot of just optimism in the country, I feel like anyway. I don't know if you feel the same. Leave a comment if you think differently. My lighting's a little off. We just, we have a new office now and we just got to work on the lighting. But let's just jump into this. Like, subscribe, comment. So the White House posted this. Before I get into too deep detail, I'm not going to pull up everything from the White House because obviously that's biased. But I just want to pull up 50 wins in 50 days. President Trump delivers for Americans. And you can see all his stuff here. I'm not going to go over every little thing because, I mean, I don't want the video to be like an hour long. But just the main points I think are the best so far. So first we have, well, arguably the number one issue with many people, the border, illegals coming through the border, migrants everywhere. I think Biden let in like about 10 million in his 4 years. Insane. Records, the record numbers. So we have Trump crackdown, illegal border crossings plunged to levels not seen in decades. Crazy. This says number of migrants crossing the U.S. southern border illegally in President Trump's first full month in office plunged to a level not seen in at least 25 years. That's insane. Last month, Border Patrol recorded 8,400 apprehensions of migrants who crossed into the country unlawfully. And so on some days during a record spike in illegal crossings under the Biden administration, Border Patrol recorded more than 8,000 in a single day. So February is 28 months, 28 days. In 28 days, had the same as sometimes one day for Biden. And you remember when Biden said, I can't fix it. I need Congress support. I need this BS bill that doesn't actually solve the issue. Trump didn't have a bill. Trump fixed it. You could fix it the whole time. And this really shows, well, this is from the Border Patrol government website. So they have it as 11,000 here. The article said 8,000. I'm not sure why it's a little off. Either way, it's still really low. And you can see how high some of these got under Biden, like right here. December 2024. It's just insane. Well, fiscal year 2024. So it would have been 2023 at the end of 2023. That's insane. 301,000 encounters in 1 month. And it's just 11,000 this past month. Look at this. September, 269,000. Another September, 227,000. Literally, it's like above 150 for almost all of his presidency. That's insane. You remember when they told us for years that the border's not an issue and that it's just Republican propaganda and this is a talking point and it's not really anything happening? And then they finally admitted it's an issue during an election year, the beginning of 2024, and Biden's like, I'll sign the bill, but they have to pass it. And then it was a BS bill that just let migrants in faster. That's all it was. Oh, this bill, we need more lawyers to bring them in to handle it. No, close the border. So very happy with that so far. I am going to use the White House page for this because no other article really finds this, hasn't this organized. President Trump is remaking America into a manufacturing superpower. So what I like is that he has had record investments already. Like, look at all these. Let's go over a few of these. So Apple announced $500 billion investment, create 20,000 new jobs. Announced $500 billion private investment into artificial intelligence. Eli Lilly, $27 billion investments into a manufacturing plant. Clarios, $6 billion. Stellantis, they make Jeep. They're $5 billion. GE, $1 billion. Merck, $8 billion. Siemens, $285 million. Like, this is insane in just a month and a half. The amount of jobs coming back, the amount of investment into our country. Obviously, these figures are like over the next few years, not all just 1 year, not all immediately, but just the amount of jobs like this one right here, 10,000 new jobs this will create with a $20 billion investment. This is what Trump wants. Trump wants America first. He wants American jobs. He wants everything here. He wants us to be the center of manufacturing, of just like the whole world. And this is an amazing way to start off with that. Big thing that's been hurting all of us for 4 years, gas prices. Gas prices are finally coming down. It only took Trump being in office. Gas prices dropped for third consecutive week. So this came out 2 days ago by Forbes. The average price of gasoline dropped to $3.03 per gallon, reaching the lowest price for the month of March since 2021. I like how they said for the month of March. It's funny, if you actually look back at the gas, it's actually the lowest in total since April 2021. But they didn't want to say that because that signifies that it's been high for 4 years. So you say for the month of March. So you think, oh, it's just been high in March the past few years. It's the clever wording by the media. But it's been since April 2021, the lowest it's ever been since then. 3 months into Trump Biden's presidency. It's crazy. And what I like too is, not like, I think it's funny. So right, Forbes, you gotta love liberal media. Gas prices dropped to these levels in March 21 due to the decreased travel demand during the COVID-19 pandemic, blah, 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 blah. So they were already low before that. They did drop a little bit. So when Trump was president, it averaged around like 250, 260 a gallon. It went down to like 2. But 250, 260 is still lower than what we've been dealing with the last 4 years. So that's kind of a cop out. Then they also, Russia invading Ukraine, they used that as a cop out. There was a part, why can't I find it? We were talking about like tariffs, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to do anything. There was a part, hold on, I'm sorry, where they basically said, oh wait, it was right where, okay, sorry. So after this line where it says COVID-19 pandemic, they steadily returned to normal prices in the last 4 years with some fluctuation points. The prices of gas have been normal for the past 4 years. Did you know that? Did you guys all know that the price of gas, when it's been $3.50, $4, that's normal? It's not. That's new. Well, it was a little bit under Obama, but it was low under Trump. Price of oil is low. Price of oil is getting low again. Price of oil per barrel at one point under Biden was like $125 a barrel. And they're going to try to say, oh, normal prices in the last 4 years trying to cover for Biden. There's nothing normal about gas at all. And that's the thing people don't realize is it's not just gas for your car if you get to work, or if you and your family want to go on vacation. You know, if you have like a truck that has bad gas mileage, it's not just those things. All of our food gets transported in trucks, which require gas. Anything you buy from like Amazon, those trucks require gas. Anything you ship in general, anything that moves in this country, anything Walmart gets from their distribution center, all that stuff gets shipped on vehicles with gas. So if gas gets up, everything goes up. And that's what Trump is always saying, that we can bring prices down once we bring fuel down. It's like, it's all connected. And what's insane, honestly, is that California gas is still averaging $4.65 a gallon. That's crazy. So firstly for me, so this was 2 days ago, so it might be a little different. I live in Maryland, and it was $2.79 when I saw earlier today. So very happy about that. I know a lot of you probably are too. Big one that everyone was wondering what would happen. Ukraine agrees to a 30-day ceasefire if Russia does the same. Now, I don't think Trump has met up with Putin or talked to Putin about this yet. I think this is still more of a one-sided thing. But Putin has, I'm pretty sure, said before he wants to negotiate a deal. Now, obviously, the 30-day ceasefire just be so they can negotiate how to stop the war. You know, I guess like possibly distributing land or something, even though Ukraine, I know it does not want to do that. But this is a good thing, this ceasefire. This is something that nobody has even tried. Biden never tried ending the war. Nobody in Europe tried ending the war. They just blindly wrote a check, said, here's all these missiles, here's everything, all these weapons you need, and just It's all yours. And Trump is the only one that has said, we need to end this. Because in reality, what war is, it's one government fighting another government, and they're just fighting over resources, fighting over land, regardless what it is. And it's just innocent people dying. That's all it is innocent soldiers, innocent civilians that don't want to be involved in it. There's literally videos of Ukrainian men trying to flee their country, like in trucks, and the police or whatever stop the trucks, open them up, and yank them out the truck and bring them back in to force them to fight in the war. People don't want to be involved with war, you know, and this is something that's really been annoying to me and a lot of people, is that we're also, as America, we tend to involve ourselves in every conflict, and it's really annoying because, like, this is not our war. Yes, Russia, I will say, before anybody tries to say I support Russia, Russia should have never invaded Ukraine. Putin is evil, but we should not be involved in this war. Ukraine is also a corrupt country. Zelensky's also a corrupt dude. You can be anti-Ukraine and also anti-Russia and also not being involved. Like, liberals like to have this mindset of, oh, if you don't blindly support Ukraine, you support Russia. No, you don't. Because in reality, Russia's not going to do anything to us. And if they attack a NATO country, they're not going to do anything. This is not our war. It sucks what's happened to the innocent people there, but it's not our war. We got to stop being like this babysitter for everyone. One thing, oh my God, can I tell you, I missed so much and forgot it was gone, is that Trump is not afraid to answer questions. Trump communicates. Biden hid all the time. Biden didn't talk to the press. You would show Biden meeting up with like a world leader or meeting up with Mike Johnson or whoever in that office. And right when they were going to meet up to do their little photo op, and then they would all the press would get kicked out. Trump literally was negotiating with Zelensky in front of all the press and for the whole world to see. That was such a genius move, because I guarantee you that pressured Zelensky into agreeing to ceasefire to end the war. That's 100% true. Because before he could walk in there with Biden and be like, yeah, I deserve that check. I don't need to do anything for it. He can't do that anymore. So my point I'm getting to is Trump answered over 1,000 questions in his first month, 7 times more than Biden. Like, this is crazy. So according to the analyst published by the National Journal on Tuesday, Trump responded to 1,009 questions from journalists, much more than previous presidents. Biden answered 141 in his first month. Obama 161. It's crazy. Trump also surpassed his own record of 199. He shattered that record. Like, I don't think anybody will ever beat that record, because no one is like, literally every single day. It's been a little slow down lately, but like his first month, like, 3 weeks, whatever, when he's signing executive orders, he's sitting there, he'll sign 3 or 4, and they'll take questions from the press for an hour. And then an hour later, he's somewhere else taking questions from the press. And then the next morning, taking questions from the press, doing an interview. He is communicating with everyone. And I absolutely love that we have a president that is doing that. That is something we absolutely missed as a country. We need communication from our leader. So 100% happy with that. I feel like that's something he doesn't get recognized for enough, and I wanted to bring attention to that. So Donald Trump signed an executive order to not do really anything with IVF yet, but he wants to look into expanding access and reducing its cost. Now, because the average IVF costs between $15,000 and $25,000, it's really expensive. Now, I'm not sure what there's not really much details about this yet. But I do think, like, he has kind of broken away from other Republicans on some reason. Some Republicans are weird about it. I understand there's kind of like, how to word it? Like, weird, not weird, but like, not moral things about when they do use like the embryos and they discard a lot of them. Like, I guess it could be considered not moral. But I support IVF. I think it definitely should be expanded, especially we live in a society now where we have a lot of health issues and women are having a harder time being able to get pregnant. Men's sperm counts are lower than ever. We're dying as a population. We need something to kind of kickstart us and be like, hey, here's some help. Let's keep repopulating. Like, everyone can't be Elon Musk kid. Everyone's got to do their part. So hopefully more details come out down the road on how he plans on reducing the cost of it. But that's something I think that was forgotten about. One more thing before I get to the bad stuff, I guess you could say. Because I do have critiques. I'm not one of those people that just blindly supports everything Trump says, does. I do critique him. I support probably 85% of what he does. But some things I don't. I'm going to jump into that. And there's some things that I think are misunderstood too. One thing I was so happy about during the campaign trail was when RFK Jr. joined Trump and they started creating this MAHA movement, or Make America Healthy Again. Absolutely loved. I feel like RFK's been a little quiet since he got sworn in, but this was literally just yesterday. RFK Jr. tells food leaders he wants artificial dyes removed from food products before he leaves office. So basically by 2028, he wants these food makers to remove all artificial dyes. He talked to the CEOs of Kellogg's, Smucker's, General Mills, which I don't know if you guys know, Kellogg's and General Mills own like so many different foods. So this would be a really good thing if he's able to get this done, because I mean, there's no positives to food dyes. We're like one of the few countries that use them. Like Europe has them banned. Well, I don't think they have them banned. I know in the UK you have to put a warning label if you use it, so it prevents people from using it. Like their Mountain Dews and stuff don't have color dyes. Their sodas, their Gatorades, their chips. So like a lot of their stuff doesn't have it, and like the companies want to keep it because the color signals like grab me. It's attention grabbing, right? If you look at like Fruit Loops, American Fruit Loops versus Canadian Fruit Loops, the Canadian ones look gross, but it's because the American ones have all these chemicals. The other countries use like natural sweeteners. So that's something I'm really excited for. I hope he keeps pushing down this road. I honestly hope he gets rid of seed oils personally. I think seed oils are something that aren't talked about enough, and they are very harmful for you and very harmful for your body, and we'd be better without them. Okay, so a few things I didn't bring up. I didn't want to bring up on the screen because I don't know how YouTube is with things. I'm glad Trump banned trans women from women's sports. Trans people from women's sports. I'm happy about that. And I'm happy he also got rid of the surgeries for people under 18. Banned that. Those are two things that I don't think people realize those things happening were so bad for society, because it was just more common. And people be like, oh, it only happened this amount of times. Like you're talking about people under like 13, 14, 15 year olds getting permanently altering their body. Like we don't let them get tattoos. And they're like, oh, it's only 9,000. It's only 8,000 people. Okay, well, how much is a number then for you to be concerned? Like anything higher than 0 should be concerning. So I'm really supportive of that. In the whole sports thing too, obviously support that. All right, so let's talk about what just was actually brought up today, which is a potential government shutdown. Government shutdown likely after Schumer says Senate Dems will block GOP funding. Yeah, this is not necessarily surprising. But it's like, it's kind of hypocritical, I guess I would say, because all the Democrats did last year was basically saying, oh, it's really important how the government needs to stay open regardless of it. You just need to blindly vote. And people have actually pulled up posts from Chuck Schumer on X that says like that same thing, but now he wants to shut down the government. And in reality, the thing that drives me insane the most is that if you look at the spending bill, like you can pull it up, like it's on Google. You can Google it. It's almost the same spending bill that Biden signed last September, October. There's less pages, there's less like earmarks, like people slip in things. The basic funding, Medicaid, Medicare, salaries for police officers or firefighters, and like hospital funding, all these different things that are typically in a spending bill are all still there, and it's even in the bill has the same funding from the one Biden signed in October. So all these politicians saying, oh, they're getting rid of Medicaid, we're getting Social Security. It was all lies. And now the Democrats know they're caught out in lies, but they're still voting no because they're so anti-Trump that they have to do anything anti-Trump related. So even though this is the same bill, pretty much, that Biden signed last year that they all voted for, they have to be against this one because it's Trump's bill. And the whole purpose of this, you know what's going to happen? The government's going to shut down, and all of the media is going to talk about how Trump shut the government down. That's what this is. It's all for show. They don't actually care about anyone. They don't care if you lose your benefits. They don't care about you as a person. They just want power. They want a Democrat back in office, and they don't like Trump getting in the way and ruining their good time. And that's what their focus is, getting rid of Trump. It's all BS. So, yeah, so it's stupid. We'll see what happens. Another thing, too, elephant in the room, stock market. It's been pretty garbage lately. I'm not going to lie. It's down to, what are we at, right? Like, so right here is at 44. It's down, almost 3,000 points since Trump took office. Not a good look. I think the big thing with this is there are a lot of people that don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs. I actually talked to a coworker of mine before the election, a few months before. He's a huge liberal. This is really the only time we've ever talked about politics. He was asking me how I felt about the tariffs. And I basically said that I feel like it's a high risk, high reward. So the point of a tariff, you put a tax on a good, and it encourages production in your country. So that's the whole reason Trump wants to do this. He wants to put extra tax on people importing stuff, and instead wants them to make it here so they avoid that tariff. Okay, so it's high risk, high reward. So if no company does it, and then everything's more expensive, that's going to look bad. If every company comes back, there's going to be so many jobs that the wages are going to go up because of the demand. If you have 5 of the same manufacturing plant within 10 minutes of each other, like not same company, but same similar style, right? And they're all having trouble like keeping up with employment, they're going to increase their pay, and then salaries are going to go up for everyone. So that's their big reward. So obviously it's going to, so like something like this. So Honda is shifting Civic production to the US to avoid tariffs. This is exactly what Trump wants. Okay, it's going to take, I think, until like 2027, but they're working on it. And this is what Trump wants. Trump wants to bring the manufacturing back. It creates good paying jobs, and it's good for the economy. And a big thing too, when it comes to all this, is the government layoffs. So all these people need a job now. So people have been freaking out about that. I think it's I don't want to say it's a good thing, because people are losing their jobs, their livelihood. It is sad that they are, it's scary when you lose your job. But overall, for the country, it's a good thing, because right now we have an overbloated government. Bill Clinton did the same thing in the 90s, but yet everyone loves him. Overbloated government. We have too many people employed. You have all these people making all this money and getting benefits and getting all these extra things gone. So what happens is you get rid of government employees. Therefore, you have less people living off tax dollars. Those people go to the private sector and actually pay into taxes instead of living off tax dollars. So it's a complete reverse. So all that money they were taking is gone, and now they're actually putting in money. And then private sector grows because you have more people in the private sector. And then the tariffs bring the jobs back, which just booms everything. So all this together, I think it's going to take a little bit of time we're going to really see progress. So the stock market may be bad for a little bit. The only reason it really sucks is if like you're planning on retiring like right tomorrow, then yeah, you probably lost a good bit of money in your 401k. But other than that, like I think people just need to wait, chill. It's going to work out, I think, as long as Democrats don't get in its way. Last thing, I'm disappointed in. Gotta say, I was really happy to see Kash Patel get into the office. We were told about the Epstein client list we're supposed to be getting. Haven't heard much about that since they announced it. We got that little preview of all those conservative influencers getting there with their binders, smiling, which I thought was absolutely stupid. Because you are dealing with people that are victims of them that are still around, and you're seeing them smiling, ooh, but it was all just info we already knew. I understand Pam Bondi found out through a whistleblower that there was someone hiding information at the FBI headquarters in New York. Supposedly they're digging through all that, but yet they still haven't released it yet. So I'm still giving the benefit of the doubt, because I'm looking at it this way too. Like, Biden never talked about releasing this list, you know? So I'm hoping, you know, it comes about sometime soon. I'm getting impatient, but I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. But will say I am disappointed so far about how that's gone about. But this is the video of Trump's wins. I think he's been an awesome president so far. I think he's killing it. I think, like I said, the tariff stuff's going to take time. Overall, I'd probably give him an A, maybe A minus score. And I think going forward, I'm just really excited for what more to come, you know? Make sure you guys like this video. Comment down what you guys think about Trump's second term so far. Let me know anything. If you like it, you hate it, you think like it's bad or whatever, just let me know in the comments. Share this video if you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Subscribe to all my other social medias too if you haven't. The links will be in the description. And I'll catch you guys later.